Welcome back to the All Purpose Pod for an All Purpose Life. Wherever you are and however you're listening to, they call me Mr. U and the Inspiration Station. We thank you again for making us part of your week. Man, there's so many awesome things going on right now. I can't even say it all. But I'm excited to be back here with you guys. I'm getting so many comments and support and encouragement from you guys that are hearing episodes like these, and you're telling me about specific impacts on your life, on your family dynamic, on your own mindset, where you're going as leaders in your community and organization. More than I could have hoped for. So I am almost speechless. But thank you again for the continued support. And thank you for continuing to do what you do. And thank you for listening and supporting us. I know that I might ask you quite a bit to hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel and, of course, on Apple Podcasts. But honestly, it makes a difference. We can put out great content like this for you guys and more of it because you decided to help us out in that way. So thank you. Even for those that are financially supporting us, thank you. Production costs can get weird depending on what we're doing, but definitely appreciate all the support wherever we can find it. Today, excuse me, I want to talk to you guys about the right time. A cheating husband can tell their side chick, I will tell my wife, it's just not the right time. A child may ask their parent incessantly, why can't I have it right now? I'm good. But the parents will have to say, I know, it's just not the right time. You could ask your employer for a raise or a promotion, and their response, you're doing great work. You've been a true asset to our department. It's just not the right time. What does that even mean? When is the right time, and who decides if it's the right time? There are some of you that are A-type personalities that think the right time is right now. Go do what you want to do as fast as you want to do it. I wouldn't advocate that, even though I've done that in the past to my own detriment. I wouldn't advocate that. But when is the right time? Are we waiting for people to agree with us? Are we waiting for it to feel right? Are we waiting to hear a voice from heaven saying, now is the time, my child? What are we waiting for? Nothing wrong with waiting, but I'm asking, what are we waiting for? What is the right time? There's always a danger of having FOMO, I guess you can say, and missing the moment. But there are times where you can miss the moment and not be guaranteed another shot. There are two different kinds of time. I want to get into that real quick. We don't have a lot of time to do this, so I want to just be as brief as I can. We can talk offline and I can get more details to you. But there's a Chronos time. That's the one that's on your watch and on your computer and on your wall clock. That's the time that we set our calendars by. The Kairos time is a time that's more intangible. You can't see it, but you feel it, sense it, and you're inspired and you know that it is the right time. A lot of times we get these two times, Chronos and Kairos, confused. One of them is divine, the other one is set by man that we follow every day. I can see why most people would trust the one that we can see on our watches and our computers, and I totally get that. This is a story I want to share with you guys that I think is, well, there's two stories actually, I think is really super impactful. One is the parable of the 10 virgins. It's found in the book of Matthew in the 25th chapter. I talk about it a lot on this show. As a matter of fact, I probably talked about it at least 5 times a year, every season that we done the show. There's a mindset there. I'll break down what the story is about, what the passage is about. It's about 10 virgins. They all, 5 are considered wise, according to the scripture. 5 are considered foolish. They all have the same education, same background, same opportunities, same resources and tools given. But there were 5 that used those wisely and 5 that did not do so. The wise felt as though time was of essence and everything they did had a purpose, and they measured everything that they did in expectation for a specific meeting that they were going to have with the bridegroom. These virgins knew that, they had to be ready because they wasn't sure when it was going to happen. They just knew that they had to be ready for it when it did happen. Excuse me. The other 5 had the same appointment on their calendar. They knew they were going to have a meeting. They didn't know when it was going to happen, but they already had it in their mind, in their mental calendar, that this time was going to come. But they were foolish because they didn't prepare for it. They had all the tools and resources, but they did not prepare for it. Now, in any room that you're in, you're going to have 5 wise and 5 foolish. I don't care where you are. Hopefully, you are the wise and not the foolish. But this story is about preparation, execution, instinct, and readiness. When doors close, a lot of times they don't get reopened. Resets aren't a given. In this case, we've seen that. When the time came and the call was made for that appointment that they waited their entire lives for, literally, 5 were ready. They had all of their oil in their lamp, ready for the journey to travel from where they were learning and training to the destination that they were waiting for all their lives. The other 5 heard the same call, were not prepared, didn't have enough oil, so they tried to get the oil from the wise virgins to share it. But what would have happened then? They would have all ran out of oil, and nobody would make their appointed time. So, of course, the wise, in their wisdom, said, "No, go get your own oil. We're going to our destination. This is what we planned for." So basically, you're out of luck. It's on you. So the other 5 that were considered foolish went to go buy oil. By the time they came back, the opportunity had been closed off from them. They tried to get in, but they weren't recognized. They weren't honored because they were not prepared. And they were outside of the allotted time, and they missed the opportunity. The door was closed, and it was not reopened. What am I saying in all of this? The wise says, "I don't have time to waste." The foolish says, "We have plenty of time." There was a small dream. It wasn't a big deal, but a little small dream that I had for about 20 years. My wife can attest to this. She knows, and you guys probably know if you talk to me for any length of time, that I'm a big contemporary jazz fan. Not the smoky bighorn jazz. I don't care for that. But the contemporary jazz, been a big fan of it since I was a little kid. I grew up listening to it on my radio on 102 or 98.7 FM in New York. I grew up listening to this for literally my entire life. And I was really excited about the opportunity to go to a concert that they had in Panama City Beach. I wanted to do this since not a year or 2 after I was actually married. So we're going into almost 25 years of wanting to be present at this concert. 4-day concert in sunny Panama City Beach by the water, cool breeze, the kind of music that I like, on loop for 4 straight days. Excited about it. So I tried, I planned flights and trips, excuse me, car drives. It would just not work. Something would happen that would kind of upend the whole idea or mess up the plan. And I tried that for over 20 years easily. And that was on Chronos time. That was my calendar. I was trying to arrange that based on my plan. I tried to arrange things around it to make sure that it worked out for me. And there was a time in my mind, so you know what? I've been trying to do this for over 20 years now. It's not going to work. I just give up on this. It's not that big a deal. The dream is not that important. It was just something for relaxation and enjoyment for me to have a little vacation in Panama City Beach. If we look at the shirt that I'm wearing right now, and the hoodie I'm wearing right now, and even the cup over my left shoulder, you'll see that it says Panama City Beach Smooth Jazz Sea Breeze Festival. I actually was able to go last year, and it was probably the most awesome experience I could think of. And it wasn't because so much that we planned it. It was just the right time. It just worked out. Everything fell into place, and we were able to do it. We had the finances for it. We had the time on our calendar. It just fit all at the right time. Usually in April, stuff like that would never fit because April is one of our busiest months. But it just worked out. It made sense. It fit. And we had an absolute blast. It was fantastic. Panama City Beach is beautiful. They got some financial issues going on out there since the storms they had. They kind of decimated the entire city, but it was really, really nice. The people were awesome. It was fantastic. Probably the best vacation that we ever had in our almost 30 years of marriage. What am I saying? I'm just saying that the right time isn't something you plan. It's not something you're going to arrange for. You gotta just be ready for it when it happens. It's not Chronos time. It's not on your calendars. A lot of the time, it's not based on what your watch says. It's the right time. It's essentially almost divine, and it just works out. And like I said, best vacation we ever had, and it was a blessing. It inspired us to go bigger, to go larger, and know that we can even do more. So wherever you are in your life right now, don't be mastered by your calendar. Don't be mastered by your plan. Just understand that there's going to be a right timing for it. You may not be in that management position. Maybe you can have that thing that you're asking your parents for. Perhaps you're going to find a relationship that's going to be more fruitful for you in your life. Somebody who's going to value you and love you and respect you and honor you the way you should be respected. That opportunity in ministry, the opportunity in organization, it's going to happen. Maybe not in your time, it's going to be in the right time. Be prepared and ready and instinctive when that time comes. Start preparing for it now. Wherever you are and however you're listening to the Call Me Mr. You, the podcast. We thank you again for making us a part of your week. Have a great day. Thanks for dropping your comments and your questions in the comment section. Wherever you find this show, love to hear back from you guys and hear what you think about this episode. Thanks for listening. We're out.